difficult to know how much to say about this one, folks, as you're going to review them next week. So, anything you want to say this week?
If anything, I would say is that I kind of I wish I got the Bay Blue, like we were saying during the unboxing, John and I. I was really rushing because I knew what happened back in 2021, and I didn't want the same thing happening to me because I wanted that one TB, and I
And
didn't
you
even
couldn't get
bother
it.
to check to see, if the Bay Blue, but the Bay Blue actually looks gorgeous. I wish I had it.
Does that have a 1 terabyte version, the Bay Blue?
Yeah, it apparently did. I didn't know that. And I would have gone with the porcelain 512 had John not told me that the obsidian one has the 1 TB.
I wanted the Bay Blue for myself, so I said, Warren, it only comes in obsidian if you want the 1 terabyte.
Yeah. So is that why you did that to me? That's kind of not good, bro.
No.
I
actually kind of feel bad now because I could have sworn I did check, so I must have just missed it.
Oh my gosh! And so I got it, and then Friday, someone told me there's a 1 TB in that, and it was kind of a little bit too late for me to change it. But I was tempted.
Did you double check, or did you just believe this person?
I just believe the person.
Well, then now I'm not second guessing myself anymore. We'll have to go look and see what's in the store.
We'll have to go look. Yeah.
So what color did you get, Warren?
I got the obsidian, the black one. So like I said, I just kind of after a while, I'm tired of having, a lot of black phones. I mean, all my 512 gigs ones, the 6 Pro, 7 Pro, both black, because that's all that Google had in that storage size. And now on the Pixel 8 Pro, then they have the 1 TB, and I thought it was only in black. And of course, John told me that. So it all goes to John. I have him to blame for.
But so you might almost say
then to it though until we can prove otherwise.
Yeah, but you might also say, Bay Blue, maybe you might, but obsidian has a terabyte.
Exactly.
Remember, a TB is what you want. So
there goes how do it.
Why not?
Oh God!
I think we're going to be sending people away from the podcast.
Yes, I believe that is what we call a mic drop.
You just caused the preacher to take the Lord's name in vain. That's how bad that was.
Or else, if I had gotten the blue one, I would be a blue boy, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So maybe it was a good thing I didn't get it.
Blue Pixel without you.
You see, Warren, once you go black, you never go back.
Blue Pixel
Exactly,
without you.
Oh, how many beers have you had, Ed?
Oh, just having a little sing song.
I don't think he had enough, to be honest.
So what do you think of it, Warren? Have you tried out the thermometer yet?
No, I haven't, because that's going to be in the review.
Okay, well, spoiler, it doesn't work. I tried it. No. It actually, I tried to use it to measure my
But John,
temperature,
you're not meant to put it on your private parts.
Yeah.
That's not what it's for. Okay.
Apparently, it said I was 89 degrees. I don't think that's accurate. So yeah, you can really only use it. And they said this, to be fair, you can really only use it to measure objects at this point. And I guess if they have a way in the future, once it's FDA approved to measure your temperature, then it's probably going to use a different algorithm. Because when I put it up to my forehead,
well, I hope it doesn't require a hardware change, because that's kind of difficult.
Yeah. No. So, John, tell me, did you literally put it on your forehead or just pointed it?
I tried both. I put it all the way up. It says to put it within 2 centimeters.
Okay.
So I
have
held
no
it
clue
there.
what 2 centimeters is.
Well, it's just
Like
It's
4
less than
inches
an
or what?
inch.
No,
No, it's less than an
actually, it
inch.
said 5 centimeters or 2
Oh,
inches.
five. Yeah, 5
centimeters or 2
centimeters is
inches.
2 inches. Yeah.
And then I tried there. I tried it completely touching. I tried it barely away, and it just kept telling me like around 89. So, which it probably was the air around my head.
Were
but,
you
that was
in
enough.
the were you airheaded or were you in the house in an air conditioned?
I was in the house in an air conditioned.
89 degrees. That would be a bit worrying if it was real. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
too cold.
What's
So
the regular
if they
temp?
plan
Isn't it
to
like
have it take your
90?
temperature in the future, they're going to have to use a different algorithm.
Isn't
Yeah.
it supposed to be 98 point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
98.
Yeah.
So
it was off
I
by 10
think
degrees.
if you're at 89, you would be dead.
Yeah.
I don't know, or you'll be coming close to it. But this is probably why it isn't intended until I think if the regulating committees approve it, then I'm sure they'll fix those type of things with software updates.
Yeah, I
and
think
things
it
like
would
that.
have to work before they'd approve it. I don't think it's the other way around.
So I just did some Googling, and these features have to actually be approved by the FDA, Canadian variant, as well as all the other country variants of the FDA before Google can actually activate it on the device in that region.
Yeah. So in other words, the reason why you're getting that measurement, John, because it's not activated.
Yeah,
And yeah.
No,
So
like
they clearly
one,
said
it
in
would
their
not be able
announcement.
to function in the United States if they weren't approved by the FDA.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
so the FDA has clearly approved the thermometer feature, and Google is now working on either like enhancing the accuracies or the test models that they did submit to the FDA for approval were proving to be more accurate. So for the fact that it is working, it just means that the FDA has actually approved it for function. It's not much different than the temperature feature on the Galaxy watches. They just got approved by the Canadian version of the FDA this year. So anyone who bought a Watch 5 or 5 Pro earlier in 2023, we would have just got the temperature feature accepted when the latest version of Wear OS was released. So it's all dependent on the medical approval body in the country, whether or not a feature is actually valid or not and functional in the device.
Yeah, but it might be 2 stages. It might be, yes, we approve that you can have a thermometer, but we don't say it's accurate.
Yeah,
then
and
they might
that's
have to
where
have
they
another
would need
stage where they saying
exactly.
No,
And
yes,
at
yes.
that
Now
point,
we say it's accurate too.
at that point, they would be regulated to have a notice when you go to use the feature, informing you that this is an potentially unstable, or this measurement is not to be considered accurate, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we all know that not everybody does that, but that would be a requirement by especially the FDA.
Yeah, but Google itself did say, they're still waiting for the FDA to. So right now, though, all you can do is maybe measure other objects, but definitely not your body temperature.
You're listening to the Blind Android Users podcast.
Yeah, but at least you can measure your, how hot your tea is or whatever. But like we were saying last week, was it last week? I have the thing in my hand. I know how hot it is. I don't need to use a phone to tell me whether my tea is hot or it's not hot.
So if you can measure the temperature of tea, can you measure someone else's temperature then? Because it's not you, because that's an object, isn't it?
No, it's a
Like a
person.
Well, no, but the
People
phone
aren't-
doesn't know that.
People aren't objects.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, well, it's
essentially.
an object.
Well, maybe you
Yeah.
are.
It's not you, but like some other person. Can you measure some other person? Like if it.
No. Ed, that's brilliant.
No, it doesn't know. The phone doesn't know, does it? We're not using the camera.
Yeah.
Like whack it against the cheek.
Well,
Cheek
I
pulling.
think something would tell it this is a human. It
How would
knows.
it? What would tell it? What would tell it? There's no camera.
Well, there's a camera back there. It's right by the camera.
Yeah, but it's not using the camera, is it? Like it needs to tell us if it is. I don't think it does it?
John,
No, it
did the camera come on?
No,
I
it
think
doesn't
it-
have camera access. or
maybe
anything.
some
No, I would think it
infrared
did
thing.
not.
I had to grant like access to the temperature sensor, but that's all.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
can't measure your own, you can measure someone else.
So is it on the back, John?
Yeah,
The
it's
temperature?
along the camera bar all the way to the right if the camera bar is facing you.
Right.
So I have a limerick about the Pixel 8 Pro and one of our co-hosts that I think the listeners would be interested in. But I recognise it's not all about me. There's a silly old boy called John Dyer who fell in the trap to be a Pixel 8 buyer. His phone was so crap he didn't just double tap, he disposed of it in his brand new air fryer.